Hey you, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Yubi. I use she, they pronouns, and this is You Becoming a Spiritual Journey. In 2020, I experienced what many people call a spiritual awakening, and I had no idea what to expect. In search for answers, I realized no one had documented the behind-the-scenes process of this unknown process. Without giving it a second thought, my friend helped me purchase a camera and create this channel to show people what the healing process looks like when you're determined to get to the other side. The more I recorded, the more comfortable I got speaking up, but mostly I got comfortable speaking my truth. After many tears, heartbreaks, and breakthroughs, I can confidently say this journey has been worth it. Get ready to get triggered as you watch my transformation unfold. This daily video journey is nothing fancy, nothing professional, just real, unedited, secret experiences unleashed for the world to see. All I ask is for you to keep an open mind, listen, observe, and take notes, because as I go through this process, I leave behind breadcrumbs to help you with your healing journey. Are you ready for what's next? It's still October 9th. Yeah. So I went for a walk. I was in bed after the recording, and then I was like, no, I need to get up and walk, because that was what helped last time when I was just like moving. So I decided to go to Themos, and I was craving something sweet after the dream with my ex, and knowing that he likes horchata, I was like, let me go get the horchata latte. Usually I get the café de olla, but I wanted something sweet. So I asked for the café horchata latte with oat milk. And so the last time that I took a walk with the Virgo, I'm like, it wasn't so bad today. I was trying to use the cement on the sidewalk. It's not like Southern California where they're big blocks. It's like small blocks. So I'm able to follow like a line. And I was trying really hard to like not waver from it, but I was still going like this. And so one of the things that I do sometimes when I go for walks is I play around that the line in the center is like a balance beam. So sometimes I'll put my arms out and I'll try to walk with one foot in front of the other on this line, this crack, as long as I can to maintain my balance and using my core. So I just do that to play with myself, right? As I walk. Entertain myself as I walk. And I pretend like I'm on a balance beam, right? And so I was trying to do that, not completely, but a version of that as I was walking. So I get to Demos, and the owner's son's there. I'm assuming this is the owner's son. He's beautiful. I enjoy looking at him when I go. Tight curls. And he helped me out the last time, and it just very beautiful. And he reminds me, they remind me of this fire sign. And just thinking how beautiful this fire sign was also, and thinking of this fire sign as I was ordering. And just remembering how self-conscious he was about his ears. And one of the packages that he sent me before he left on his trip, he drew a self-portrait. And he sent me a text, "Did you get it?" I said, "Yeah." And then I asked him, "Is this your self-portrait?" And he said, "Yeah, big ears and all." And I knew he was self-conscious about his ears. And I was going to say something back, but I stayed silent. And I was going to say and reply, like, that's my favorite part of you, is, your ears. And so I just told him, I said, I'm going to keep this self-portrait of you and put it in my scrapbook. I used to do a lot of scrapbooks back in the day. I don't have a scrapbook. Now I have a place where I just kind of keep stuff. And I told him that I should have told him that I really like that part of him, his ears. He's self-conscious about it. So yeah, so that's what I was doing. And as I was walking, I was paying attention to the people around me, seeing this mother with 2 kids walking in front of me, and then this surfer guy coming out of his garage with a huge surfboard, walking some for his car, putting his stuff away, having an idea, right, of what he was going to go do. Getting to the corner of Dolores and 23rd, seeing an older couple at the Dolores Deluxe on the corner, and then having them step outside, or seeing them step outside as they waited for, I think, their lady friend, because when she came out, they all 3 of them left. Continuing my walk, and just thinking about, like, having that realization that I wonder what their lives look like, right? And then reminding myself, when I was little, before I learned how to drive, I would just be in the back seat, look outside the window, and look into other people's windows of their car, wondering what lives they led, what stories were part of their life, where they were going, where they were leaving. And then realizing, kind of tying it back to, you know, what's happening, and this awareness that when I was younger, I always wondered what their lives were like. And then wondering, like, did I manifest this to a certain degree, right? This reality of mine now, that I could see people's cycles, right? Like how they repeat. Thinking about this dream, being triggered of reflecting on that other dream of my ex. Wondering if the dreams that I have are, you know, I know my mom watches this. She didn't tell me. We don't talk about it. And, you know, I'm assuming that my ex maybe does or doesn't anymore. Wants nothing to do with me. I don't know. But wondering if, like, these dreams that I'm having are for them, to be aware of what to do differently in the next life cycle, you know? And hoping that they remember the lessons so that they could just keep expanding. My friend sent me an email early this morning that she had a dream of me. And in this dream, I was highlighting something. I was a reflecting back to her insecurities. And she was bawling, she was crying. And in the email, she's letting me know she's crying as she's writing this email to me. And I'm sitting with that awareness of how vivid that dream must have been for her. I read her my poem, the one about how I needed her to reflect back to me my flaws, the things that I needed to work on, right? It came out when I was triggered. And now how this, and she, in the email she wrote, she's like, I knew you were just reflecting back to me my fears, my insecurities. And then it just made me think of this whole, like, story, right, of just these dreams and this awareness, right, that especially with you, Jose Jesus Cisneros, how you've been a big part of that process. Wondering, you have no idea. You have no idea. You weren't really in those dreams. They were just fragments of what I needed to see within myself to overcome the healing, right, that needed to occur for me. And then wondering, right, continuing to see. I know enough of my mom's story and my dad's story and my ex's story to see what they need to do different in the next cycle. And I see enough with my clients when they tell me their stories. I can see and I show them what they need to do different. The ones that will listen, and the ones that aren't ready. And just thinking about the story of my life, and how not everybody is going to get it. I was crossing Mission and 25th, 24th, 23rd. Mission and 23rd, and there was an older lady and a group of people, familiar because my uncle, in this religious feel to them. She had the megaphone, she's preaching Sunday. And the man, all dressed up, he leans over and he wants to give me, right, one of their pamphlets, and I politely refuse. Keep walking with less judgment, and at the same time with less trigger. I noticed I wasn't triggered by it. I just refused gently and kept going on my way, and not even worried about how they were going to perceive me for refusing. Because it used to bother me. I used to wonder, would they judge me if I said no to people, right? Refused people, rejected people. Would they judge me? Would they think I'm going to hell? And I had none of that. As I walked, I was like, no, thank you. Knowing that they were doing exactly what they needed to do on that corner. And I saw a church being rebuilt, maintained. A lot of buildings, a lot of things are being renewed. Even the mural, the mimes troupe mural, one of the first murals that I paid attention to when I moved, and seeing how it needed to be retouched, and seeing that it's being retouched. It's just this newness, right? The cycles repeating in different ways, in similar ways. Wondering if I'm going to keep expanding that ability, right? Teaching others to do it for themselves, to see the cycles within themselves and their story. Or if I'll keep seeing more through my dreams, maybe. Just wondering if it's going to keep expanding, right? That's all. I wanted to make sure I captured that moment when I saw myself as a little girl looking outside the window, a car, looking into other people's cars, wondering where they were going. Hey you, thanks for watching. Check out the description box under each episode below for additional thoughts and helpful links like my website, www.ubecominghealed.com, where I've gathered what I've learned and created self-paced online courses for you to access to help you get started on your healing journey. Oh, by the way, did I mention that I have over 20 years of experience in education and mental health? Rest assured these videos are from my past and I'm living on a different timeline. I also offer sessions to answer your questions regarding the courses I've created or to help you figure out your next steps. You can also find me on Instagram and creating side projects like podcast shorts and more on my other YouTube channel that is still a work in progress, but aren't we all? It's titled You Becoming Healed. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share the content if you found this piece of my journey helpful, or just to show emotional support for someone who has chosen to live a transparent life that is never ending and always becoming. Until next time.